Carol. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So, what brought you to the clinic today?
Well, we had talked about my phobias, and I realized that the
Yeah.
one that's affecting me the most is mice.
Mice. So, did something happen? What exactly happened?
Well, I live in a rural community, and we
Mm-hmm.
have like an old farmhouse. And when I went to put groceries away, a mouse ran out, and I screamed and ran out of the house.
Mm-hmm. So, if I hear you right, you just saw a mouse running out from like a cabinet or a corner or a bag or something.
Out of the cabinet.
You saw a mouse. You opened the cabinet and a mouse ran out.
Yes.
And how did that make you feel?
I was petrified.
Mm-hmm.
I was very uncomfortable. I didn't want to stay. I didn't even want to go back in the house, but
Right.
I had to.
When did this happen?
It happened last week,
Last week?
after we spoke last time.
Mm-hmm. And did it happen more than once?
It's happened periodically.
Throughout your life, it's happened periodically that you see mice, and you say it made you feel how?
Very afraid.
Very afraid. You feel very afraid when you see mice. Well, have you ever thought that the mice could harm you in some way?
Their motion scares me, and I don't want them to come near me or be on me.
Right.
I'm very afraid of that.
So, what is it about them? Is it the way they look, or what they move, or what they signify? What is it about the mouse that frightens you?
I can't really define that.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about their movement, and if they were like a cat, it wouldn't bother me. But I guess it's the size and
Right.
the feeling that they're vermin.
Mm-hmm. So, is this the only animal you feel this way about?
I feel that way about rats
Rats
and snakes.
Mm-hmm. So, and have you ever had a bad experience besides the visual experience of seeing a mouse or rat?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever touched one?
No.
Okay, that seemed to make you feel upset thinking about it.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Okay. So, and it's happened a few times during your life, and has it affected your behavior in another way, or has it affected you in any other way in your at your job? Are you fearful in other places?
Like if I go in the pet store,
Mhm.
I won't go anywhere near like the rats or the mice cages or
Mhm.
anything like that. Or
So you try to avoid the
I
mice.
avoid them, and if I go into a barn or something, I'm always
Mhm.
conscious of the fact that they could be there.
Mm-hmm. So, would you say that you think about them, every day?
No, I think about them when I'm in a position where when I'm in a place where they could possibly be.
Where you think a mouse could possibly come out. I mean, so every time you open a door, do you think about the mice?
No, but if I were to walk into an old building,
Mhm.
kitchen or something, yeah, I would think
Yeah.
about it.
Because I just wondered, thinking about it, if you're just trying to protect yourself, because everybody doesn't like mice. I mean, I don't know anybody that likes mice or snakes or things like that. You could be fearful. I mean, almost everybody's fearful, but I think for you, are you telling me that because of this fear, it's making you feel uncomfortable?
Very uncomfortable.
Okay, very uncomfortable.
And it takes a while for me to get used to being in my kitchen in my home.
So okay,
Again,
in your own environment.
Yeah, because I'm apprehensive
Uh-huh.
or anxious.
Have you thought about anything that you could do to alleviate that feeling?
Put poison down in my basement.
So how do you feel about that?
As long as it protects me, I'm okay.
You're willing to do that, and you think that could be a solve the problem, or just solve the problem in your house?
Just solve the problem in my house.
But you still will have the problem.
Yes.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you been afraid of any other things besides mice?
Rats and snakes.
Right, but I mean, any other animals, or just?
No.
Did you ever have an experience where you could have had, any animal jump on you?
No. Just saw them growing up in the country.
Oh, because you lived in the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little
So, from what I understand, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that you had an experience with a mouse jumping out when you took your groceries away, and this has brought on unpleasant feelings for you of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
And you feel anxious about it? Is that? Did you say you felt anxious?
Very anxious. Yes.
You feel very anxious about it. Okay. So, has it affected your sleeping in any way?
Well, my bedroom's in close proximity to the kitchen, so I'm afraid that it'll run over me while I'm sleeping.
Oh my. Okay, but that's never happened to you before.
No.
But you think about that could happen.
Definitely.
So okay, and you've thought about ways that you could prevent that from happening.
Just I always like make sure that there's no holes in the wall or anything like that. But the house is a couple of 100 years old, so that's difficult.
But I mean, have you ever thought about what actually would happen if, whenever you opened the door and you saw the mouse, what actually would happen? Do you think that it would jump and bite you?
No.
Okay, you're not afraid of that.
No, I don't think mice bite.
Okay.
Do they bite?
Well, I'm just saying, we're just trying to get to the root of your fear. Why do you feel fearful at just seeing a mouse? Is it what they could do, or what you imagine they could do? I don't know.
I know it seems very irrational, I guess, but I'm just afraid.
Well, no, I think a lot of people are. I just wondered, if it's not because anything happened to you.
No, it's not like I think this mouse is going to attack me. No.
You don't think that they could bite you or hurt you in any way.
The thought of them running near me or on me is just scary.
Right, it's touching a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've had friends that have them as pets. Or people that feed them to snakes, and that's horrible.
So it's the visual thing for you.
Yeah,
thinking about them in a visual way.
Yes.
That makes you feel upset.
Yes.
And anxious.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you right there. But other than that, it's not affecting your life in a big way.
No.
But you have to live in your kitchen.
Yes.
And you have to go in there every day.
Yeah, I take precautions. I make sure everything's in a closed container and try and not, leave things out for them, or, I've actually stopped having pets because I know pet food attracts mice. So
you think putting food around could have more animals coming in to eat the food? So, I mean, I wonder if there's any way that we could have you open a door and not feel afraid that a mouse might be in there. I mean, do you think that, every time you open the door, do you think that it could be there?
For a little while, and then the further, the longer the time period goes by where nothing happens, then I just kind of get used to it.
But you came in to see me today because you have a lingering fear that something could happen.
Yes, I do.
Okay.